It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing when you let your nuts hang. Let me tell y'all a story about a random man in Houston. Actually, the man's not random. His name is Keontae, and he goes to Puerto. Just to give you a background on this man found me on TikTok or Instagram, whatever, and then joined my Discord. Now he talks in the Discord, and then we started chatting from the Discord, like on an actual personal level. Thought we was cool, friends, whatever. He would like text me after streams, be like, "Oh my God, your stream was great, blah blah. Keep work ethic, blah blah blah." He's with the brand, right? It's really like he's doing extra, whatever. Blah blah. We talk on FaceTime, like real good conversations, and it's literally been like that. Like there was a mishap between us in like November, and at this point it was given man trying to get back in my good graces. Okay, so 2 months ago I had asked my chat, like whatever, I was like, what should I do for my birthday? Then he messaged me separately, was like, let's go to Puerto Rico. Okay, well, I've always wanted to go to Puerto Rico, and he wanted to go to Puerto Rico, and okay, whatever. So I was like, is this like an invite other people type stuff, or is it just like me and you? And he was like, well, you can invite other people, I guess. Okay, so that's given like you want to be on a trip with me. Okay, but I still invited my other friend. Whatever. So for 2 months, we've been planning this trip, XYZ. The week before the trip, no, like a couple weeks before the trip, we talking about excursions. At this point, we're booking excursions. He's asking if you want to book my and like he's like, actually, I'll just like book all three of us, like me, him, and my friends. So I'm like, you're too kind, but like, you know, I could just get my. So it's like, okay, whatever. Like we planned for dinner. I booked reservations for dinner 2 weeks before. So the week of, it's probably like Tuesday, and we're talking on the phone, and we're going through our itinerary now because he's making an itinerary in his notes. So we're laying everything out, and then like we started coordinating like flight plans because I'm like, I get in at 2. He's like, I get in at 6, but it's fine. I'll change my flight. So he changed his flight to 2:15, right? Remember that. So then like he writes down this whole itinerary, right? Acknowledging everything that's going on because I'm telling him. He's like, oh, anything I say, he's like, oh, like it's your birthday. Like it's literally up to you. Okay, cool. So then like Thursday comes around, and mind you, my birthday is on Friday. So he texts me on Thursday at 11 and says, happy birthday, more days, more blessed, whatever, right? But remember the 11 o'clock, okay? Me and him are in the same time zone. We're in the, it was 11, okay? It was 11 in our time, so where are you? But I didn't say anything. I think I forgot to even respond. So anyways, I wake up in the morning, realize I didn't respond. So, oh my God, that's my fault. So I'm just double checking his like landing time. So I text him like 2:15. Like I text him 2:15, and this is at 8 in the morning before I even take off, which therefore probably before he even takes off either. So, okay. So I'm like, whatever. He hasn't responded yet. I'm just gonna hope he responds by the time I land. So by the time I land, it's still crickets. So I'm like, what's actually going on? So at this point, like I text him again, but this time it goes text message. So I'm like, okay, he must be in the air. I'm looking up incoming flights that are coming to the airport, and like there is one at 2:15. So I'm like, okay, I landed at 2, so like I'll just wait around for a little bit. So I'm standing at the baggage claim, and like the airport's really small. So I'm just like standing there, and then all of a sudden it's like 2:15 comes, 2:30 comes, and then his messages are still on text. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Then 3 o'clock comes. So at this point, I've been at the airport for an hour. I'm like, look, there's only so far I could wait because clearly I thought you said that your flight was at 2:15. And like, granted, I didn't get his actual flight information, but like you said 2:15. Okay, so whatever. So I decide that I'm just like gonna stop waiting because it is my birthday and I got to do. So I just Uber, and I'm like, he's just gonna contact me when I get there. So while I'm in the Uber, mind you, I'm still texting him, and then eventually like his messages go like blue again. So then I'm like, okay, so he probably landed. He's probably gonna contact me, let me know that he landed, blah blah blah. So I get to the hotel, and it's like still no contact. At this point, it's been like 30 minutes. So I'm like, okay. So I call him, and now it's saying like the subscriber is no longer in service. So it's not even like you blocked me. It's literally like you didn't pay your phone bill. So I'm like, oh my gosh, maybe it's like his actual phone because like we're in Puerto Rico from the States. But I'm like, this is still like the U.S. territory. So I don't even understand what's going on. But anyway, so I'm just like hanging out in the hotel room. He knows we have dinner at 7, right? So there's still no contact. 7 comes and goes. At this point, I'm like, I just have to do some other because I don't even know what's going on. I don't know if he's like in the hotel, can't contact me because his phone is off, so blah, blah, blah. The hotel couldn't tell me that he checked in at all. So I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but my other friend is coming later. So whatever, she comes. At this point, it's 1 in the morning, and she's here. Still have not heard from him. I go to sleep, wake up, and I still have not heard from him. Is this nigga dead? Part 2 of the random man from Houston, who's actually not random at all. It is just Keontae from Prairie View A&O. Answer a couple questions. I have FaceTimed him before. It's not a question of if he's real or not. And also, we got everything separate, okay? Just for the record, my other friend, who, like, the girl who's coming, like, the third or whatever, she wasn't even confirmed on coming. So, like, he knew that she could not be there, okay? People are asking, did I see any confirmation? He actually was posting his hotel confirmation on his Instagram story, okay? So, it's not like I didn't know anything, okay? All right. Okay, so I wake up in the morning and I still don't hear anything from him. Just to put the perspective in your mind, I've had a past situation where somebody didn't show up for what they were supposed to do and they actually did pass away. Okay, so now I think about safety first and then I can start tweaking. So I don't hear anything from him. You know, we go on with our day. The day we still had, okay? And then later that night, at this point, I'm like, if nobody else knew that he was finna come here, it would be on me to say that he's missing. You know what I mean? Since I haven't heard anything. And people asking if I called him. I was FaceTiming him. The FaceTime we're going through, the iMessages we're going through, it was the actual phone that was like the subscriber's not in service. So it's not like he blocked me, okay? So it gets to the point where I'm telling my friend about it, and she goes up to the front desk. However she does it, right? She asked them about him, if he checked in. Then she comes over to me. She's just like, they said that he's a no-show. At this point, I'm like, oh, this is getting serious. Like, a no-show. You didn't cancel your hotel. You actually didn't show up. At this point, he's also absent from the Discord, and people are also asking where he is. So it's not like he's just ignoring me. Out of genuine concern for somebody's safety, I started DMing his homeboys. I'm telling them, like, oh, this may sound weird, but, like, he was supposed to show up. At this point, I just want to know if the mother's alive. Because if it's me, you should have just texted me, haha, you. I could have ate that. But, like, me thinking that you're dead, that's serious. So I started DMing them, and I'm like, blah, 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 he just didn't show up. And I'm like, this is out of genuine concern, not me being a crazy. So one of the homeboys' response was like, actually, he liked the picture of mine earlier, so I heard from him that way, but I'll reach out to him for you to, like, see what's tea. So he said, like, a picture. I'm thinking, like, oh, it's probably just a story. Like, you don't know when he really liked it for real. You just kind of guessing. So I go on the homeboy page. The picture was 4 hours ago. At this point, it's probably 9 o'clock at night the next day. It's 9 o'clock at night. You liked the picture 4 hours ago. I've obviously called him since, like, between then. You liked the picture of a bucket hat. Nigga, you're alive. So for me to see that, and then the homeboy messaged me back, and he says, oh, he actually forgot he had to do something for the NFL draft. So you're alive. You're liking pictures of bucket hats. And somehow, some way, you got to do something for the draft. Wait. You got in contact with this man? So at this point, I'm Googling where the draft is and adding up. I don't know if y'all... No, I told y'all to remember this. He texted me happy birthday on Thursday at 11 p.m. The draft is in Detroit, Michigan, a time zone ahead of me. It was 12 at 11 p.m. So the thing is, you texted me happy birthday and you knew that you wasn't gonna come? You texted me happy birthday knowing fully in your head that you was not gonna see me the next day. You was gonna flake. Oh, wow. This is nasty work. So at this point, all I can say is, okay, thank you, because what the fuck? This has to be a lie. This has to be a lie. This could not be what's actually going on. It's the lack of communication, but you're somehow texting your homeboy to tell me something, because I'm sure he told you the girl message. At this point, I am texting the friends. Now that I know that he's alive, he dead ass liked this picture, and I saw it with my own 2 eyes. I'm telling the friends, I'm finna get the police involved. Because at this point, I need this nigga to contact me, and I need him to know that I'm finna fake get serious. At least he need to think that I'm finna get serious so that he can reach out to a nigga. But at this point, I had texted 5 homeboys. That was the first one to respond. The second one responds, and the second one is like, actually, I haven't heard from him. I'm going to reach out to him and let you know what's tea. So then, I'm like, okay. Because I'm thinking, like, maybe it'll be another lie. Because the other one said that he had heard from him fake it, right? But then this one's like, he hasn't. So I'm like, okay, so maybe that was just a lie. I don't know. But anyways, this one hit me back. Talking about just got through to the man. He'll be in contact with you soon. Literally, not even 10 minutes later, I get a text from this nigga. 3 of a random man in Houston, who's actually not a random man at all. And it's just Keontae from Prairie View A&M. Okay, so the police involvement thing was fake as shit. It was literally just a ploy to get him to message me once I realized he was playing in my fucking face. So since I was texting all the homeboys separately, I'm texting them different messages and they don't know I'm speaking with I guess the other ones. So that's when I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know if it's giving police missing report, like, I don't know. And then all of a sudden, he can get into contact with me. So now we're at the part I've been looking for him for almost 2 days. Now I find out that he's alive, and then now his homeboy says he'd get in contact with me, and this is the message the muff has to send. Basically, it's him saying that he's not missing, he's where he is, and that he's, you know, because he's a videographer, so he went to go get his homeboy's draft video. And then he said, but look at this. He said, I left Saturday. If you see up at the top, it is Saturday. What the do you mean you left Saturday? Typically, when people say that they left, you're not going to say the day of the day that it is. Like, it's Saturday 110% across the whole entire continental United States. And it damn sure in Detroit. So now you're flying again. Because, mind you, he had to have been there at least on Thursday because you texted me an hour ahead of my birthday in Detroit's time zone. As y'all can see, no apology was in there. No recognition for my birthday at all. Or basically anything he did, just hit me with it. Should have told me earlier. And he really only contacted me so that I wouldn't get the police involved because he's a missing person. After he sent that message right there, I literally took a couple hours to respond because, bitch, I'm like, I'm done. And then I was like, I'm going to respond and I'm just going to say, what an idiot, block him on everything. Everything's like off. So now at this point, it's ice on him, okay? So at this point, whatever, like I said, day is still being had. So then, wake up in the morning, you know, time, time for me to leave. I'm in the airport. This nigga is now chatting the Discord, acting like he wasn't just missing him. I was not asking where he was. So now he's just chatting the Discord like, oh, you know, I had to make business moves, blah, blah, blah. He says he's like at the draft for his homeboy. This, that, and the third. He's like, oh yeah, I heard mom was gonna fill out a missing person report on me. I appreciate the concern, I guess. You guess? Okay. And then he goes on to say, why does this me filming him at Chili's on some wholesome shit? We need to be at the strip club. So now you're complaining about your trip to Detroit. And essentially, like, you're making it seem like y'all are doing nothing when you literally were supposed to be at Puerto on my birthday. Okay. So that was Sunday. He's talking to the Discord, but we're not talking. Now comes Monday. So I'm about to post part 1 of this story time. And then all of a sudden I get a message from him on Discord since I blocked him, right? I'm finna show y'all what this message said because it's basically him just like gaslighting me, saying the situation isn't serious and that I shouldn't even be doing no petty because if he was in my situation, he wouldn't be doing no petty, and that how I should just understand business decisions and that how if I don't get everything I want in life, that's just life, nigga. That's okay. So I'm gonna show that. Oh, and the beginning's cut off, but it's him saying, I shouldn't even be contacting you regarding this. That's what the beginning says. And the end says, because it's also cut off, the end is just saying that he still wishes me well. Okay, so I'm going to let y'all pause to read. Yeah. Now, honestly, I don't know if he sent that before he watched part 1 or after he watched part 1. But, yeah, so obviously I did not respond because this is so insignificant to you, but you're sorry. This is on your chest, but it's insignificant. You respect how I feel, but you think I should get over it. The whole point, I love a good W for the homies. You know what I mean? Like, I love it, but, you know, it's hard to celebrate a W when you're not told about it, especially on my birthday. But hey. And one of the homeboys of his that I actually DM'd was in the comments saying that I was delusional and capping. That's very interesting considering that you're one of the ones that I messaged. But yeah, he's definitely around. This is the very last part of a random man from Houston who's actually not random. It is actually just Keontae from Prairie View A&M. So I'm realizing that random Keontaes are catching strays. And for that, I'm going to show you what would happen if I looked up what I said on the internet. And all right. Now, one of the main reasons for me doing this is because I feel like, honestly, this is just a really bad nigga. And too many times I think men get away with it because women don't, like, tell their stories about what their experiences were with them, and then they end up, like, doing it to other people and stuff like that. So I was like, I just want to do the best that I can so that this doesn't happen to other people. Yeah. And I'm not posting this so y'all can find him and go harass him. It's more like, if you come across him, you would have seen this. So yeah, heed my warning or don't.
What it do, everyday people, man? It's your boy PJ. Today we back with another lit video. We back in the confessional. Yes, we staying lit, big dog, man. Shout out to my everyday people who rock with me every day. Shout out to my homeboy, Lucky Wheels of Deals. He keeps it lit. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe to this video. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section. Hit the links down below for HiveMindLabs.com. It costs you nothing until you buy something, but you can save 10% by using the discount code everydaypj at checkout. Let's get into it, man. Random man from Houston. Really just some dude named Keontae from Prairie View, okay? How does this happen? How does this happen? Okay, first of all, the guy skipped out on going to Puerto Rico to a boring trip in Detroit to take pictures for his friend, who his friend probably didn't pay him. Maybe paid for his flight. He pretty much had to pay for his own food because we don't know if his friend got drafted or anything. You know, most people that get drafted up high, they get an agent to like spot them $10,000, you know, so they can have a good time with their friends and, you know, party. But no, okay? Then he also didn't cancel his hotel. Like, what kind of man pays for a hotel and doesn't cancel it? I'm not saying it's that expensive, but I'm saying it's just a waste of money, especially if you already know you're not going to be there. But I think what he didn't want to do was tell her that he wasn't showing up, so he still had the hotel reservation, which is nasty work. I mean, at this point, you just being selfish. Like, I know I've, you know, said I was going to do some things with people and be like, yeah, I'll show up and don't. Be like, man, I got tired, or I had the kids, or, you know, all type of excuses as a father. But to go to a whole nother city or state, well, actually, I was supposed to go out of town one week, and then somebody backed into the garage and broke the garage, and I was just like, the day before we left. So we couldn't actually go anywhere, which is funny. So these things do happen. But to say that you left out of town prior to and you wasn't going to make it, you should have let people know. Because I sure did. I let people know that I wasn't going to make it. And we didn't even have plans. You know what I mean? I was like, yeah. Oh, well, yeah, actually, we was going for a wedding. But then, yeah, we let them know we wasn't going to make it. But then, you know, that was just unfortunate. It really wasn't supposed to happen like that. But, so, yeah, I think Keontae's, you know, a child. And then when he gets into the Discord and he's acting even more childish and sending a long text message even more childish, like, grow up and own up to your mistakes, brother. You know what you did when you did it. Unfortunately, you know, Keontae from Prairie View was going to catch a lot of heat. Okay? Keontae, you better not tell nobody where you go to school at. They're going to be like, because you know how fast information on Twitter travels. If Keontae, some girl meets Keontae, she's like, oh, okay. You went to college? She said, yeah, Prairie View. She's going to be like, are you Keontae from Prairie View? And also, she eventually sold us quick screenshot of his photo, so he's out there. Sorry, Keontae, man, you've been put on blast. Like, this is not, women put people on blast all the time. Like, TikTok is the place for story times and putting people on blast. And, like, you know, Keontae, at this point, you just got to take it and go on with the flow, man. Sometimes you ignore it. Sometimes you clap back. Sometimes it's best left unsaid. You know what I mean? Just go with the flow. But then the fact that you in her Discord After the fact, it's nasty work. Anyway, everyday people, let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to holler at you later. Peace.
Day and night. For some women, it can start working in its